Just one simple little follow-up to Councilor Kennedy's suggestion. I would hope, with your indulgence, Mr. President, and also the town manager, that there might be an opportunity in the early part of December, and maybe not even held on the same night as our normal council meeting, to provide the public a forum and presentation with a Q&A period, question and answer period, on the wastewater issues that are flying around out there. There is so much misinformation. I can't even go to the post office and not be bombarded with misinformation. And it is unbelievable misinformation. And it really, you know, we're past this special election that we had in October and everything else. I don't see, unless somebody can tell me, and if there is some reason I'm not aware of, I'd love to hear it and be aware of it and be up front. But there's no reason in my mind that we can't have some kind of simple forum. We could perhaps do it here or at another venue of a larger size and invite the public to clarify, particularly relative to financing sewer projects, both that are on the docket right now and maybe someday in the future. We need to give the public some clarity. So I hope that that will be scheduled. Thank you.
Councilor Kennedy.
Yeah, I was going to suggest perhaps some of the other members might want to agree or disagree that we ask the town manager to, after this election, speaking with a lot of the constituents and the voters, and particularly the results of the October 13th race, question, the special, that would it be beneficial for the town manager's office to do an actual survey of the affected homeowners in Stewart's Creek to get a real count in what the desires of those affected actually is. I think that after talking with people during the campaign, that was a real issue, and I thought that that would be one way to address it, to get the real pulse of those affected, and I would like to see that. I don't know if the other councilors feel that way or not, but I think it would be very controlling, those results.
Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President. I guess if I could follow up on the manager's suggestion and maybe a way to continue the clarification through that thought line, I think really there are about three approaches there. And one is that that the 100% betterment is imposed on those who benefit from it, that the community as a whole divide the cost, and that lastly, we not take any action in expansion of sewer until it's mandated. And the reason I would like all three to be out there is because it may take a great deal of intestinal fortitude to complete the mission if in fact things are as bad as they feel to be financially. I can imagine many households putting all three of those in a different light for a different purpose. But we need to understand that it appears on this issue will never satisfy maybe more than 50% of our population. I don't know how this will really read over time and everyone's different economic class and at everyone's expense. So I think we need to ask the hard question about whether or not sewer should expand as well without being mandated under some type of the worst of cases, which has happened and which costs the most of money. But if you don't know that they don't want any sewer, or that they don't want to participate in paying for other people's sewer, or they don't want to pay for their own sewer, then we know as legislative body we got the tough job here, and we got to belly up and make the choices. So I think the survey has to be conclusive.
Well, let me respond just very briefly, and I think